Hello, this is D.L. Hughes from VelocityWriting.com, answering an important question. Can an author publish a properly edited, error-free book? I'm going to give you the secret of error-free book editing. Can you have perfect grammar, spelling, and punctuation? This is an important question since so many books are self-published, and at the same time, there are many hypercritical people out there nitpicking every book they read. A lot of nitpicking going on in the ebook world especially. So it's important to have a realistic answer to this question. A definition first. Error-free generally means zero defects in editing or proofreading, which are two completely different processes. I've been a writer, editor, and publisher for over 30 years. Let me relieve your editing anxiety. The secret of error-free book editing is this. I say perfection is not possible. Let me tell you why. First, it's not about the money. Traditional publishers spend from $10,000 to $25,000, often far more, on the copy editing of a single book. They employ the most talented editors around. They spend extra for the non-editing corrections called proofreading. Now, they go through several waves of copy editing, but you can still find errors in almost any book by any of the big-name publishers. Years ago, big publishers used to insert what they called errata sheets in books after they were printed. They listed the page number and the error found there. So perfection has always been an illusion. Since big-time publishers have editing imperfections, then editing errors in self-published books should be no surprise. Usually, self-published authors are on a tiny budget or have no editing budget at all. They don't have the resources for top-quality editing, and so the tolerance should be greater. It seems totally inappropriate for readers to complain when the book is free or they buy it for just a few dollars. What about those pathologically finicky people who point out errors in reviews they write? They usually say something like, "Oh, I like the topic of the book that there were 100 distracting errors in it." Well, first, there are seldom that many genuine errors unless you accidentally published the first draft. These grammar extremists usually overstate the case because, well, I guess they need the attention. But still, take a look and make needed corrections. Today we can correct errors quickly in ebook and print-on-demand pod books because of our technology. Most errors don't linger long. So make changes and reply in a kindly way to the reviewer. Something like, "Thanks for your comments. There were only 7 issues in the manuscript, not 100, but it just took a couple minutes to fix them. All purchasers get the revised edition." No need to say more or less. Be friendly, but don't let these kinds of people damage you. Who knows, they may have a competitive book and want to kill your sales. But here's the key issue. I'm not saying that we produce books filled with errors. That would be wrong. We all want to produce the best books we can. I'm saying it's silly to expect perfection with a tiny editing budget. Big budget books even have errors. What can a writer do when editing perfection is not possible? Well, I think football coach Vince Lombardi gave wise advice. He said, "Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. Now, that's a healthy attitude and outlook for self-publishers. What can you do to improve copy editing even though you know it will never be perfect? How can you strive for excellence? Well, the best thing to do is to find a qualified copy editor, not your mom or ex-school teacher, but someone who is up on language. American English is in a constant state of change, and rules in vogue 5 or 10 years ago are outdated now. You won't get perfection even from a professional, but the old saying applies. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed is king. A professional editor is that king. By the way, never hire someone who calls themselves an editor/proofreader. Professionals know the difference between copy editing and proofreading and don't claim to do both. Now, the next thing you can do is copy edit your own book. There's some risk in doing that. Here are my suggestions about how you can get clean copy. First of all, you need to know that knowledge is required. All of what I have to say here is based on the idea that you, as a writer, understand what copy editing is and the copy editing process, including grammar and punctuation rules. You must be able to recognize issues and know how to fix them. If you need grammar refresher lessons, I've put a link to a great free Khan Academy course in the YouTube description below. Next, remember that you don't copy edit in a vacuum. You need a standard as your guide. Use the Chicago Manual of Style or the Associated Press Style Book. Don't depend on a swirl of remembered rules. These guides contain the rules of the writing road. Pick one and stick to it. What else can you do to effectively copy edit your own book? Well, run through it with Microsoft Word Spell Checker. Make sure the grammar checker part is also turned on. Now, I'm not saying these word features give you high quality checking. They don't. But if you use it carefully, you can often identify and eliminate the most embarrassing errors. What about programs like Grammarly? Well, the free version omits 150 major issues, and the paid version is dramatically overpriced in my opinion. Grammarly gives you many confusing options about how to fix things, and I'm not sure anyone needs that. What's the best bet when it comes to copy editing your own work? Well, let your manuscript rest a few days, then read it aloud, slowly, in sessions of 10 to 15 pages each. When you read aloud like that, the editing issues generally leap out at you. Again, you must know what to look and listen for, but you can find lists of what copy editors correct in many places. I've put a link in the YouTube description below so that you can see what most professional editors look for and correct. Can an author produce a 100% error-free book? No, I've never seen it happen, but you can strive for excellence, and that's a good goal to have. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it helps you on your writing journey, no matter what kind of writing you're doing. For bonus goodies, check out the description for this video on YouTube. Get great information by subscribing to my channel. Also, click on the bell to get notifications. I'll see you soon.